Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. 5 things you don't know about weight loss. Let's get started and talk about it. These are my personal opinion from my own personal experience. You may disagree with me, and I have a feeling number 3, most of you are going to disagree with me. But I'm just going by my personal experience. Always do your own research and check with your own doctor. I'm not an expert. So the first one is your body really doesn't want to lose weight. Let me explain. Whatever weight you're at, we're going to say that you weigh 150 pounds and you really want to weigh 120, okay? And that 120 is the weight you feel the best at. Your weight is fighting to stay at that 150 because even losing a few pounds, it feels like your body is starving or it's going into starvation mode. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but that is why this is what the scale does. Because I've been weighing myself daily and trying to keep up with my average weight as I go along. So let's say that I weigh 200 pounds and then the scale goes to 199, then it goes to 198, 197. It seems like, oh great, it keeps going down. And then all of a sudden I get back on the scale and I'm 198. And I'm like, oh no, I ate really good yesterday. Why is it going back to 198? And then the next day it might be 197. And then it kind of goes back and forth. 197, 198, 198 and a half, 197 and a half, and it just kind of does that. Then finally it goes to the 197. It stays there for a little bit. And then you can drop again. I've noticed it kind of does this like a little thermostat, kind of like this, back and forth, because your body's trying to find its set point. That's what I've noticed for me. You know, I used to think that, and this is what I'm bringing to number 2, it's normal for our body to have weight fluctuations. You know, I thought, oh my gosh, if I'm a pound heavier the next day, I overate the day before. It has nothing to, well, it might have something to do with it. I'm not saying it doesn't at all, but you're not going to gain the weight overnight. But what it could be is water weight, sodium, not getting enough sleep, being stressed out, being constipated. It could be hormones. It could be so many reasons. You're wearing different clothing. You weighed yourself on a different part of the floor. You're wearing something different. It could be so many reasons why your weight can fluctuate. Now, my weight normally fluctuates within a 2-pound range, but everyone is different. It depends. I notice one thing. If I go out to eat, I always weigh 1 pound heavier the next day, and that's if I don't overeat when I go out to eat. But if I eat more than I should, I'm 2 to 3 pounds heavier the next day. But then if I go back to what I call healthier eating and eating within a calorie deficit, within 2 to 3 days, I do, lose that weight that I gained. That's why I don't like to go out to eat a whole lot. So I used to think that weight loss would just keep going down, 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 like you're walking down a hill. It's not down like that. It kind of goes up and down and it fluctuates. But if you are eating in a calorie deficit and you are eating less food than what your body actually needs to maintain, you eventually lose. Some people lose faster than others, but what you might do is, like I said, one day you might be 199, the next 198, then the next you might be 199, the next 198, you get it, and it kind of goes back and forth. It's not straight down. It kind of does like a little mini roller coaster, but as long as it has an overall average of going down. Sometimes there's folks that are on weight loss journeys that are, quote, doing everything that they feel is right, and they may only lose 2 or 3 pounds that month. There's a lot of things that can affect weight loss. I think more people would be successful with weight loss if they didn't look at it as a race, but they looked at it, hey, this is a lifetime journey. I'm learning about my body. I'm learning it's working. It doesn't have to happen overnight, and it may take a while. I actually know about a handful of people that it took them 4 or 5 years to lose weight because it was a process and they were learning a lot of things along the way. Okay, number 3, this is a thing many of you are going to disagree with me on, and just hear me out. You can eat whatever you want and lose weight. I know you're going, what? You can eat Twinkies, cake, junk food. You can eat all of that as long as you're eating in a calorie deficit. You're going to say, well, that's not feeding your body nutritious food. I understand that, but hear me out. The folks that I was talking about that it took them 5 years to lose weight, well, the one thing I can tell you about those folks is that they did a lot of learning along the way, and it didn't happen overnight. For example, some of them drank a lot of Cokes at the beginning, and then after 5 years, maybe they only had a Coke every now and then. Or some of them just didn't drink it at all. Some of them would eat tons of sweets and things like that, but then maybe by the end of the 5-year journey, they would just every now and then have one. So it is a process, it takes time. And one thing that I personally think, this is my view, is if you're gonna go through your house and just get rid of all the quote unhealthy food and throw everything away and try to go super strict at first, some people that's effective with, but many times it's kind of demoralizing and it's too much at once. That's why I believe in making small manageable changes. You can eat whatever you want and lose weight. Obviously, it's not healthy to eat most of our calories from processed foods. We all know that, but it may take time to get there to eat what I would call whole foods. It just may take a while. It's a process, like I mentioned. Okay, number 4, it's a good thing if you actually maintain your weight for a while. And I'm going to give you an example. I met a lady yesterday while I was out shopping, very nice lady. She has lost weight over a 3-year period. And when she went and talked to her doctor, and she was at 155, she's shorter, and she really wanted to weigh 145, but she was at 155 for the longest time, and her doctor said, hey, this might be your set point. You may not lose any more weight. She didn't want to hear that. Well, she stayed at 155 for a long time. Then she just tweaked a couple things, and she started losing weight, and now she's down to 145, which is her goal weight. But she maintained weight. So being able to maintain your weight for a period of time is a really positive thing. And then let your weight stabilize there, have it be your set point, then start again, maybe change things up a little bit, tweak a few things you're doing, and then you can go and do this again and lose weight again. Okay, last but not least, and many of you probably know this, in many ways I've heard losing weight fast is better because it keeps you motivated. And otherwise you get bored, and if you see you're not getting results, you're going to gain the weight. That is true in many ways, I understand that. But really, losing weight slower, such as a pound a week, or even 3 pounds a month, something of that nature, may be better for us overall because we may keep it off longer because we're not looking at this as a quick fix. We're looking at this for a lifetime journey. So I'm just going to give you one example. This is my last one, guys. But if somebody needs to lose 50 pounds and you take person A and person B, and person A took 2 years to lose 50 pounds, the other person took 6 months, they both may keep that weight off great. But maybe that first person finds it easier to keep it off because they've been just taking it slow and also making small, manageable lifestyle changes along the way. The bottom line is staying consistent. That's the difference for me this time, is I realize I'm going to be doing this the rest of my life. So I have to enjoy the journey. And if it takes me 2 years to get down below 200 pounds, that's fine. As long as I see the scale moving in that direction, even if it happens slow, I'm okay with that. Let me know what you guys think. What are some things about weight loss you learned that surprised you? Remember, it's not an overnight fix. It may take a while. You're going to keep getting better at it. It's a lifetime journey. That's all I have to say. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye now.